Estamos en la Sala Bat en Madrid, que van a tocar Coheed And Cambria, y tenemos al vocalista Claudio. Vamos a hacer unas preguntas. Hi Claudio, good afternoon. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Last time you played in Spain was in Sphere 2010. It's been a while. How do you feel to play again in our country?
I'm really excited. I mean, we really don't get the opportunity to come over all that often, and I think everybody is super confident and in good health and really excited to be here and kind of, start anew, I guess, seeing as it has been so long since 2010.
So you are touring with Color Before the Sun. That you made a great album before, the Afterman. That album was amazing. How do you start to compose an album after this great one?
This record, I didn't know I was writing an album when I wrote The Color Before the Sun. So it was really just kind of a product of circumstance. It just happened. I had been living in an apartment in Brooklyn, New York, outside of my comfort zone in a situation like that, and it just sort of came with the time, and it was very personal to me. And at one point, I almost decided not to make it a Coheed record because the themes were so different. But here we are now touring on it as Coheed. So, but yeah, not a whole lot of thought went into Color Before the Sun. A lot of just trying, I guess.
We love your video. You got the Spirit Kid. Tell us about you. You were the bad boy, or you were a nerd in high school times?
Was I?
Yeah.
I guess. I was different, maybe. But I was pretty fortunate. Growing up, the school I went to was very diverse in terms of cultures and in terms of accepting social kind of things. And I don't know. I didn't feel that kind of nerd, stereotypical kind of feeling growing up. I think maybe I was just unaware of it and blissfully ignorant. But for the most part, it just I felt accepted in all circles. So
good. And going back to that times, the old times, which favorite bands did you have? Which kind of music did you listen when you go to the school when you went?
I listened to everything. You're wearing a Metallica shirt. I listen to Metallica. Listen to a lot of classic rock. But yeah, Metallica, Jane's Addiction, The Cure, Pixies. These were bands that I was listening to. Going to high school at that age, alternative music started becoming alternative rock music started to become the mainstay, like Pearl Jam and bands like Nirvana. They all that was that era. So I kind of gravitated towards that, I guess, in high school.
I'm just a toy waiting for you to play me. I wanna just make you happy. There's no future I see with you in that. I just don't fit, not the right plastic. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, I'm not mad, lean on me, man.
The sound of Coheed And Cambria is very exclusive, it's unique. Do you think this was a problem when in your career, or it was something good?
What's this? I'm sorry.
The sound of Coheed And Cambria is very exclusive, it's unique. There's no band as yours. And do you think this is a good thing, or what is the problem?
I think so. I think it's allowed us the longevity that we have now. There, like you say, that's very nice of you that there are no bands like us. I think we just sort of do our own thing and we're true to ourselves, and that has a staying power that has allowed us to be here now. Some of the bands that we came up with, they sort of fell away. So we're very lucky in that respect, and I think that a lot of it has to do with the individuality of Coheed And Cambria.
With this album, the songs of the album, they are very varied. You have some very powerful, like for example The Audience, or another more emotional, like Island or Here to Mars. Tell me, what's the link between all the songs? What is the common idea?
Oh, okay. Well, the common idea is, for me, it was identity crisis. I was living in this small apartment trying to figure out how to write music, in these circumstances that I was presented with. And my son was born that year, so that was a new experience. Becoming a father certainly made its way into some of the themes on the record. And identity, it had a lot to do with those two things. My house also got, in upstate New York in the country, got vandalized, and You know, my wife and I, we had to kind of figure out, you know, with our son on the way, how to fix that situation. So a lot of these, you know, personal things, but a lot of it had to do with becoming a father and my personal identity.
About you, I think you are a creative guy. You compose, you're a songwriter, and also you make comics and a lot of projects. So for all these things, how do you do? Do you compose or you write during the tour, or you need to be more relaxed, quiet in your house? I don't know.
You know, for me, it just kind of comes. When it comes, I try to grab onto it and work from there. Most of the time, it's very early. I like to wake up when I'm home anyway. I like to wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and that's usually when I'm my most creative in terms of musically and in terms of writing comics or whatever, you know, whatever really. So yeah, and I have a really good team that sort of surrounds me, between my manager and friend Blaze James and my wife Chandra. You know, there's a what I like to think of as like this holy trinity between the three of us, and we can, you know, when someone sort of, you know, falls behind, the other kind of helps them up. So a lot of it is attributed to the team, and again, creativity for me, it's never I can sit down and just do it. It just kind of comes, and when it does, I try to grab hold of it.
Okay, to close the interview, tell us about the new projects for the band, because I guess that you had a lot of songs that they were out of the old album, and you are going to bring something new?
Probably. I mean, you know, Coheed's always creating. I mean, just a little while ago in Soundcheck, we were working out some ideas. So, you know, something will happen soon. I mean, it's hard to say right now just because we are on tour with The Color Before the Sun, and I have been working on some comic projects that are slow moving, but hopefully will be out this year. So yeah, that's about it.
Let's fire it
Hi, this is Claudio from Coheed and Cambria. We're really excited to be here in Spain. Can't wait to play, and you know, you're watching Rock Palace.
Don't let them scare you. When you're down on the floor, bleeding past